This video, I'm going to show you the easiest defense to run in Madden 25, and this comes out of the 9-3-2 formation. And we're going to be taking a look at the play cover 2 man. Now, I'm just going to pick a random play here. And what you want to do with this defense is you want to have a fast pass rusher in this left kind of linebacker position. So like a safety, and then your user, you can have a linebacker as your user. But really, this left side guy is kind of the key to the defense. And again, there's literally hardly any adjustments for this. All you're going to do, auto flip off for this, and it's cover 2 man. All you're going to do is you're just going to show blitz. You see that it puts this linebacker in a really good position. You're going to bring your user kind of over like this. And then essentially you can kind of run it a couple of different ways. Now, as you see on the left side here, we're a little misaligned. If you individually press that player, he'll get pressed up. I really like to shade inside and over and underneath when I run cover 2 man. And then you're just going to hold down on the left joystick. And what you're going to see is you're going to touch the guard. And this pressure is going to come in. And you're going to be able to have a cover 2 kind of man-to-man shell on the back end of your defense, which I think is really, really good. Now, the other thing about this that is really cool is if you show blitz and then you press, you'll see that the linebacker stays kind of in that little mug spot, which I think is really good. And then if you wanted to take the defensive tackle and man him up on the running back, this allows you to put your user in whatever zone you want, and then you can switch stick on and off of him to try to play other stuff as well. And now you're only sending 3, but the beauty of that is obviously it's you got one more guy in coverage. So again, if you want to show blitz and then press, you notice that that linebacker is going to stay kind of in that area, and then we're just going to run down, hit this guard on the outside shoulder, and as you see, we're sending 3 people getting instant pressure at the quarterback. What eventually is going to happen is they are going to block a running back. They're going to block a running back. They're going to start to set up pass protection. Once you start to notice that they're doing that consistently, where they're blocking a running back and they're setting up pass protection, what I like to do is kind of one of 2 different options. The first one is to send 4 like this, right, and just live with that and just say, okay, we don't have to worry about the running back and we can still have good coverage. The other thing that I like to do, though, is when I see that they're consistently blocking a running back, I'll actually just blitz one extra person from wherever, right? So, for example, we'll blitz this guy on the left side, and then we'll man him up like this. Now, when I do this, I typically will shade outside and make it a cover 1 look. So as you see here, now I'm anticipating that they're going to block the running back, so I'm not gonna man him up. So anyway, what happens though is when they block the running back, a lot of times you can still get pressure from that left side, as you can see right there that we were able to get. You could also do the same thing on this right side. The reason it doesn't make as much sense against this formation is obviously just because of the alignment. But if we wanted to, we could roll our coverage over like this, and then send 4 this way, and we'll see. I don't know if this works for sure, but you should get that slot corner, potentially that gap rush, as you see there. So anyways, cover 2 man is really good right now because you can get pressure only sending 4 or only sending 3. So I think that is a really, really good feature. Another underrated adjustment is to bluff blitz this guy. And the reason why is because what you can do is you can man him this gap on the running back. And if the running back goes on a route, you can just switch stick down to the bluff blitz, and then you would still have your pressure that way as well. So that's another little option, another little feature that you have within this. Another thing you can do is you can scissor. We know how good the scissor adjustment is, shade outside. When I don't have a safety help over top and a cover 2 man look, I'm only going to shade outside on this defensive look. And then I love, doing something like this. You can kind of get really adjusty with this. A lot of different ways to cover out of this. And that's what makes the defense super good. Again, this is a really, really easy defense to run, a really simple defense to run. And there's another way to run it, by the way, as well. So the other way that you can run this defense is, if you wanted to, you can show blitz like this, and then just flip the play. And what that does is your user is gonna now be the blitzer, like this, and you would just move him over like so. And this is a crossfire type of look. Now, why would I run a crossfire type of look? I would do something like this, especially if they're blocking the running back. And the reason why is because the running back, to block the disengage blitz or the engage blitz, the running back's on the left. Now to block the loop, the running back's on the left, it's going to be harder for him to block that blitz on the right. So you can kind of mix that in as well, situationally. And then another thing that you have in dollar is you even have like a cover zero look if you wanted to do something like this. But I like to do everything out of the same pre-snap look, so I want to be in cover two man as much as humanly possible. So, anyways, this is just kind of a fun little defense, end of year, real simple defense to be able to run, and a lot of really unique things you can do around it. The other thing that I think is really cool is, you can contain out of this as well if you want to drop the left side defensive end into a, like, even something like this. Like, you could drop this defensive end into a flat zone. I would probably blitz this nose tackle, but you could drop this defensive end into the flat zone. Now you have the flat covered. You can kind of do different things like that to make the defense wholesale better. But in general, these are some of the things that I would do. So again, what I like to do is show blitz, then press. That kind of puts him in this perfect alignment here. And then from there, you can just simply contain and send 4. Make sure you're running into that edge of the guard. And if you do that, this blitz is going to be cake for you. And then really all you have to do is worry about the running back. And the best way to defend the running back is, in my opinion, I wouldn't worry too much about him, but what really the best way is to scissor. This is going to really stop a lot of things that they could do, right? And if you want to shade outside here, I think it makes this defense even better. And you see, I have safety help over the top. Everything's funneling into your user. So it's a fun little way to run man coverage here at the end of the Madden season. And hopefully you enjoyed this little breakdown.